Christmas Eve, 1991. Thought it was Mum's turn maybe to say a few words. Dad's done it individually to you all on your individual plate. Of course I don't know what he said, it's all very secret. So I've sent him off packing now. He's gone to hay up there. So I could talk a little and he wouldn't know what I was saying until he hears later. But anyway, it's a marvellous opportunity to be able to talk to you all. To let you all know what a great family you are and how proud of you all I am, each individually in turn. We've come a long way, you know, from our meager beginnings in England and Ontario and here. But you know, we've grown and learned together. And there aren't many parts I would really change. One or two foolish mistakes, yeah, we all make them. But we've got to look for the good in one another, haven't we? Isn't that more important? The main thing is the basis of our family and the basis of my life is God, the Lord Himself. And I strive for a stronger relationship, stronger relationship all the time with God, so that I can try to live a life that you will be able to see it as an example, and you know what I mean, kids, as an example life. I know you learn by example, and none of us are too old to learn. I mean, when we look at our parents, I looked at my parents, and it was a different example because my stepmother was a victim, and my dad was never particularly interested, so I wanted to be very sure that never happened to us. You know, you've always been very special to me all my life, you children, and you're all grown-ups now, and I love you all to death. And I want you to always remember that, whatever happens, whatever happens. Well, Stephen and Kathy and the children, you're doing okay, you know, Stephen. I'm very proud of you. You've got a great brain, God-given talents, and you've got a good wife there, and 3 lovely children. Remember, things weren't always easy for us when we were younger. We were struggling there. And you've learnt a lot from our mistakes, Steve. I know you have. You helped me a lot through my life, son. An awful lot. Particularly in the early years. You had to grow up awful fast. But you made it, you know. You made it. I always knew one day, you know, you were going to be a great daddy, because you just loved your sisters to death. I hope they never forget the great love that you showed them, the attention you gave them. Man, you were really something. And now, of course, you give it your own. But example, couldn't have set a finer example, son, that's for sure. So I'll always be very proud of you that way. And I'm very, very happy that you, Christians, people that you go to church and God is in your life, because it's a terribly important thing. I know that, you know, with God in your life, you can overcome anything, everything and anything, with prayer. You know, Dad and I have proved that many times in our life. And then we have Ken there. Well, son, what do I say about you? You've come a long way too. A bit slower, but you've come a long way. The ladies' man, you used to be, but I guess you've grown out of that now. You found one you're sticking with. That's good. Little quiet joy. We like Joey. And I guess one day you'll finally get married and I shan't say settle down because I think you have settled down, so I'm very proud of you and the job you do. And you had it really tough when you were young, like only you did. And that's why I've always, as they always say, Ken's mummy's favourite. Well, it's really not like that at all. It's a case of, I'm there for the one that needs me most at the time. I try to be. But I know we're very close and I enjoy that relationship with you. And continue to strive and do the best you can with your life, son. Try and find a little time for God. I know you know He's there. You were in the choir with Stephen, you used to go to church. And it's all in there. I don't want to preach to you. I just wanted to point it out. So one day in many years ahead, a few years ahead, maybe, who knows, you might watch this video and think and try to remember what I said to you. Susanna. My oldest daughter, Suzanne. Well, if you don't have one thing, you have another. But you know, so you're going to do alright in real estate if you really try. If you really work hard at it, like I have to, you'll do alright. But it's not as easy when you've got a young son. My little grandson, Christopher. And as I always said to you, he must come first. He must. I know real estate kind of takes over in your life. You get highs and you get lows. And if anybody who already gets depressions needs to work in real estate, man, that's the worst possible depressing thing that you could ever work in. But you've got to fight above that. You've got a great husband, Brian. And I just hope you'll be able to get these health things sorted out soon. Get your back right. And you know, I always wished I'd had a figure like you. But my God, I think, well, if you've got to have all these illnesses and one thing after another to have a figure like that, forget it, upstairs I is. Okay? But you always had such a nice figure as you was growing up and that. And you're a pretty okay person. Just get these negatives out of there. You know, get a little bit of the old woman in you. There's a spunk. Excite the husband a little. I know he'd like that. So you have a nice Christmas and keep going, eh? Now Samantha Marie. The little girl with all the spunk. That much you gotta keep it down, hey Steve? First year of marriage, she's doing okay. I know you're fed up with your job, love. You really. I know you're fed up with it, but you do so well there. I'm so proud of you. The ABC will never be the same. I can't go there for lunch when you're not there, because it'll be all dead and morbid. You know, Sam, whenever I think about Christmas, I think about you. Because you just love Christmas. Maybe it's because she was a Christmas baby. I know you've come and decorated my tree in my house and it just looks lovely, and I really appreciate that. You know. And you're doing alright. You and Steve's gonna do alright. You've got a fine husband there. And you're gonna go far, you too. You know, a few words now and again. We all do. But you get over it, don't you? You have a nice Christmas. Joanna. Oh, Joanna. Well, Joey, I feel a little sad when I talk to you because I know it's going to be your last Christmas at home with them, right? And that's always hard. The only thing that'll be good about it, Joe, is that I won't have all those cupboards banging your drawers and slamming of everything for an hour when you first get up until you begin to like the world. great kid, Joe. You're always there for us, for Dad and I, or we're ill or we're not well. If only the family knew how much you love them all, Joe. How much you're there for them all, how much you care. Sometimes I think they don't fully understand you. But it's difficult to understand somebody who has a heart of gold. It's difficult for some people to get it in their noggin. You have your ways, whatever. And now you've got Steve, who you're very happy with, and you're looking forward to getting married and having babies and goodness knows what else. Of course, that's what I'm going to be doing in the world. You know that, don't you? Right? As long as you remember that. And then we come to Wendy. Well, Wendy, congratulations on your engagement to your David. I hope it'll all work out for you. I don't know what to say to you really, Wendy, because I want so much for you. I've wanted so much for you, and I want so much, and it isn't up to me really, it's up to you, you know. You're capable of so much with your brains and the way you are. I know you'll make an extra mother, I know you will because you love children. And I know you'll make a good wife because you just love doing all the wifey things around and everything. Just a very loving and affectionate girl that way. I always used to think of you as my little treasure when you were little. With such beautiful skin. Such a nice little nature. And I just always knew how intelligent you were. You used to battle the wits of intelligence between us. I know. But I've loved you all to death, you know. Every one of you, I love you to death. And we have to accept each other as we are. We have to love each other unconditionally. And this family needs to be closer. You can't be close enough in a family. You know. Got the best dad in all the world. He loves you all to death. And I worry so much about him, with his health. Well, you know all about that. Now to Colin. Well, Colin, here I is. All of you. What do you think to the old gal now? You say you're not supposed to say you're getting older, you're getting better. We've been together about 26 and a half years, almost 27 years now. And you know what? I still love you. Like the day I met you. Differently in some ways. And you all know what I mean by that. Titter around the room, yes. But you know, we've grown together. As I say, we started from small beginnings, we came from nothing. And you've just been such a wonderful father to those children. And you've just been a wonderful father, period, and a wonderful husband. You've absolutely nothing to chastise yourself for, nothing. Well, you did a bit of flirting here and there to straighten you up now and again. And, well, there's too many good things to think of the other things in our lives, isn't there? I think you grew more handsome when you were married and as you got married and as time grew, definitely. You're a very thoughtful, kind person. I know we love doing things together. And we think alike on a lot of things. I'd like to go on enjoying lots more life with you. I'd like to be able to think we could go do lots of things. I want to do a world tour, you know I do. So you've got to get this heart thing tickety-booed under control. I know you're trying to make a big decision within yourself right now, and it's difficult. Because I know the you within, and it's so easy for everybody to say, oh, you should get away from that job, and get away from this, and do this, and do that. And we can all talk like that, can't we? But when it actually comes down to it, it's difficult. It's not that easy. to accept things, as the Lord said. Give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. We can change lots of things. I wouldn't change a lot about you, you know. I know we both have to lose weight. But I'm real happy, both of us, not just one of us, because then I'll be looked a slob and you look okay, or vice versa. I like the sense of humor you've got. What else can I say? I just love you very much, okay? And I know that's returned deeply. I hope we have many more happy years together, God willing. But I want to tell each one of you to remember this always. Whichever one of us to die tomorrow, remember always to look up. Always look up. Because that's where we'll be. Looking down on you. Looking up. And as the Bible preaches, you will all meet in heaven again. You won't have these ugly bad bodies or illnesses or anything like that, any bad hearts, bad eyesight. Remember to believe that. I know you all. I know all my girls are fully pledged Christian girls. They know and believe sincerely. I don't have a worry in the world that way. But you do have to practice it too, girls. You know, going to church to me now is a pleasure. It's not. Oh, it's Sunday, I have to go to church. No, I go because I want to go. The reason I don't bug anybody else to go is because I realized that you do it eventually yourself if you really want it. When you get close enough with God in your heart, you want to do things like that so bad. You know. Well, thank you all anyway for anything and everything you've always done for Dad and I. Each one of you does things, and you know what? Each one of you is treasured differently in my heart. You're all very different and special in my heart. Not one of you is the same. Not one of you has the same values, you know. So like when I have lunch with you, I get the real person. When we have lunch together, we don't often get that because everybody's too busy yapping one from across another, and we don't really get that true. I sometimes wonder if you really know me now as I really am, you know, kids. Not like I used to be. I've grown inside a lot. I used to be pretty quick-tempered and bad-tempered, but I had a lot of hassle too, and I was very tired, and I was working very hard. But I'll explain it to you this way a little easier. When you have babies, you've never had a baby before, so you learn to look after this baby. It's the most beautiful thing that will ever happen to you in the world, to hold that beautiful child in your arms. And God has given you this gift, okay. Now I didn't just have one gift, I had 6 gifts to bring up. 6 of them. God couldn't give me enough babies. So he must have thought I was worth something. And he gave me the job of bringing them up, ready for his kingdom. Like, he wants you to go out there, each one of you, and lead people to him and live the life he wants you to lead. So don't kid yourself that I did everything right all along the way. I was learning too. First as you was babies, then as you was children, then you became teenagers, and then all hell let loose, particularly with the girls. Well, I didn't know what to do. I just was okay. I didn't have a teenage life, remember that. I went straight from school to work. I wasn't ever allowed out any freedom. So teenager, and then over here, it's so very, very different. So then we had all that hassle through the teen years. Now remember that that's going to come to you when you get your children. So learn by my mistakes that I obviously made with you at times. Otherwise we wouldn't have had the screaming matches we did. So then I got over that phrase, and then somebody expected me to be a grandmother. Well, I'd never been a grandmother before, and I was reading through the books, and what I thought of a grandmother is somebody, little old lady, grey haired with a walking stick. Grandmother, knows everything, okay. Well, that wasn't going to be me. No way was I going to be Jose like that yet. Too young. So I had to be Nanna. Okay. So now you get these other infants who I want to love, and then I think, oh no, Pain City here, I'm not going to love them like I love my own, because they're going to leave me, and that's going to hurt too. Some of the rest of you getting married and one thing or another. And so as each phrase came, and now I went through the 40s, well, they told me, well, you said you're getting into middle age, and I go to the 50s. This is a new one on me. Between the 50s and 60s, I don't like to think I'm creeping up in those years, because I don't feel like that inside. So, as I say, each phrase in your life is different, but you learn to enjoy it, or accept it. Accepting to grow older gracefully. So the next thing we come to will be pensioners, so goodness knows what's going to happen there. We've got to learn to go about like little grey old ladies with walking sticks and whatever, by which time you will be in one of the other phases of life. But you know, life's beautiful, life's a challenge, life is wonderful, if you live it right. Like booze and drugs and everything, they're no good to you. They're like booze I've done, drugs I've never done, but I mean, I can know what I'm talking about with booze. Sure, you have a high today and a depression tomorrow. Anybody with half a brain realizes, well, that ain't up to much. I probably fried half my brains on my memory. But I did all these things. So you see, being a Christian, doesn't mean that you've never done all the wrong things too, or you just learned which are the better of the two, and all that sort of thing. But I've loved living here, you know. It's very hard for us to leave. Been here 10 years now. I sit back and look at my life and think, okay, did we do the right thing bringing over to Canada? When I went back on holiday, I think, yes, we did. You have to go back to sea. That's why I took Kenneth back that time, because I felt as though he was locked somewhere in life. Well, I'll tell you something, it unlocked it, because when he came back he was an entirely different person. And one of my greatest ambitions would be to take Stephen and Suzanne back to let them see from whence they came and where they are now. We have so much to be grateful for, so much to be thankful for. But above anything, your health is the very most important thing. God, health, and your love for each other, like the tie. When you get married, it's like a tying, a bond that grows. I mean, when Dad and I got married, I was brought up to believe that if it doesn't work out, there's no if it doesn't work out. It works out. You get on with it. This is life. And really, it isn't that it doesn't work out, it's because one of you is too selfish to change, or try to change. We both have to change in some way. We realise what bugs the other one, and you only use it when you want to, type thing, you know what I mean? But, well, you grow together, and it's a beautiful thing. I think marriage is a very beautiful thing, and I would never want to be not married. I love my husband, I love my family, I love the Lord. I like my home, I like my animals. On the whole, I like my life. I like my job. It's very dicey. A lot of just go all the time. And the only reason I want to be particularly successful at it is because I would like to get all our mortgage and everything paid off at the time I'm actually retiring age, which is not very far off. But since I've been very stupid with money all my life, really, buying this and doing the other, and instead of being debt free, then I have to learn these things later in life. See what I mean? How you learn things, learn from each other's mistakes. Anyway, family, I didn't want to bore you or anything like that with this, so this is the first time I've done this. I don't even know what it's going to look like or what it's going to sound like. But Dad says to me, would you like to do one? And I said, well, I feel very shy about doing it, but I'm not so bad now. I've got going. So I love you all to death, eh? Have a nice Christmas. God bless.
Just thought I'd sit here for a few minutes and just wish you a very happy anniversary. Hope you like the flowers. Hope it means as much to you as it does to me. I just love you so much, Marie, and always have done, always will do. I sit and think back of all the wonderful years we've had together, had together thus far in our lives, and let's hope there's a lot more left for us both to enjoy together. We've had lots of ups and downs, but you and I know, Marie, don't we, that the good Lord is with us wherever we go and whatever we do. He'll see us through. Like at this time, I know it's a bit worrisome, for you at this time, as it is for me. Never been out of work in my life before. So, not at this age anyways, and I know it's tougher to find something to do, but I'll do whatever. Whatever it is, I don't care. Even if I have to go back and still milk the old cows for a while, I'll do that too. But we'll see. Just take one day at a time, we will, the both of us. I just love being with you at the weekends and going to church with you and holding hands like two little school children. Isn't it wonderful when you can still do that after all those years together? Oh dear Maria, I just hope the Lord blesses you very richly this new year and helps you to be successful in your business, because you so rightly do deserve it, Marie. Always been a hard-working go-getter, real busy little bee, always getting in there, and really inspires me too. I'm always very proud of you, Marie, and especially when you took that new challenge in life, being in real estate. That's a big step, a very big step, because there's so many ups and downs in it, and you can either fight it or just accept it as it comes along. But we will get through. You know, I know our family, they're a little queer, just like the rest of the families, but I think the bottom line is they do love us, even if they yap and talk about us a lot. You know, I think honestly they do love us both. And we've got two wonderful son-in-laws. We couldn't wish for any better. You know, always there to give a helping hand, no matter what. We've got a good daughter-in-law too. You know, she's not too bad in Kathy. She has her ups and downs just like we have, you know. She's a good wife to Stephen and those children, and that's what all really matters. Just like you was a good mother to them all. Doesn't matter what anybody says about us, you was a damn good mother. You have nothing to feel bad about. You did a wonderful job, always remember that. I wouldn't change a thing, Marie. You know, I'd do it all again. The Lord gave me a purpose in life, and when I met you, I found that purpose in life. We had to learn about each other, teach each other. We were still very young when we met. We'd been through a lot together, and the mistakes we made in our lives as younger people, but, you know, I'll remember out of some of that badness, some goodness did come. We should be very proud of that. So Marie, what do you say about life? What would you like out of life? What would I like out of life? All I want out of life is the good Lord and you. I don't care about nothing else. We have to stick together, honey, and love each other and care for one another and guide each other along each and every day. like tomorrow night at the New Year's Eve. To be quite honest, I'd be a lot happier in the church, singing and giving praise to God. I just pray to God each day, Marie, that you achieve what you want to achieve and I can achieve what I want to achieve. I'm very scared at the moment of making a move. Must be because I'm in a rut. Don't like being in a rut. I really do want a new challenge in life, but honestly, I'm scared to go out there and kind of do it. I need that kick up the arse you like to give me now and again. Ream me out. Straighten me up. I just want the best for both of us, Marie. You know that. So I'm going to be strong and have faith in God. And I am really going to go out there and look. See what I can find. Seek and thou shalt find. Well, Marie, do you ever think of the days when we first met and the crazy things we used to do together? Weren't they fun days? Weren't they fun days? We were living a little while then. We didn't want to face up to reality. We had our children, they always come first. We never neglected them. Isn't it good to be wild though? Couldn't be shut up and boring. Go around judging people. Upset people for what they are. It's up to the Lord to do the judging, not us. You know, like yesterday, I really enjoyed going to church with you and Samantha and Steve. And I went for a little lunch and come out. Just a nice little day was that. Really enjoyed it. And we just laid and talked about life. And, you know, still discovering one another. So, dear Marie, I want to tell you now, I love you very, very dearly. I thank you for all these good years you've given me thus far in my life. I have no regrets, Marie. Things happen in life for a purpose. And I'll tell you now, if, you know, anything does happen to me, I want you to go on with your life. I wouldn't want to be thinking you're here by yourself or the family's taking you over. Get out there, always be yourself. Go and find someone else to love. And all I want you to remember of me, the good times we have together, the happy times, and get on with your life. But I am going to let you do it anyway because I aim to be around here for a long, long time yet. Well, we can go out there and enjoy life together, have laughter together, have cries together. Life's wonderful if you accept it as it is. Don't fight it. So my dear Marie, I ask the good Lord to look after you each and every day, to bring you home safely to me each and every day. And so far he's done a wonderful job in doing that. And I just pray you keep on doing that. So, my dear, I just love you and praise you. Always have done, always will do. God loves you, and so do